normal ones. We haven't made the medical one.
One of them was going to be repurposed into the medical one when I got the kit. So it technically is not the medical one right now, but it's already got the voice pack.
Yeah, I've been using it for medical purposes. Cough, cough.
Uh-huh. Let's see. My scout team is 3 people plus the guide, and then me. So that's 5 people.
Yep, counting the your guide.
So in that case, how many speeder bikes do we have?
1.
We have 1 speeder bike, 2 Tachikomas,
and 4 banshees.
And 4 banshees.
All of which are available to look at in the loot crate.
I'm just thinking, because my Roll20 is being slow again for some reason.
That's alright. My whole thing froze. Oh, don't feel bad.
Roll20 is being weird. Can the banshees hold more than 1 person, or are they the literal banshee?
They can hold 2 people.
Cool. 3 banshees it is then. Or
but you don't have 3 banshees.
Yeah, we do.
Huh.
We have 4.
I thought okay.
I will double check this, but I am under the impression that with the last loot raid, we were able to get up to 4. Yeah, we have 4 banshees.
Okay. So you 3 people.
Because remember we did that off screen. We did that during the time skip. We did a speed bike raid.
Okay.
cool.
Okay. So Sky and Crow. You have this. You had this rather surreal situation of this rather fit though now injured tall man having to be subordinate to this old guy with a cane who's slightly hunched forward.
Hey. Master Roshi look old as shit, but he can fight.
Well, this ain't no Master Roshi.
Hey, we don't know that.
We don't know, actually.
He may look frail, but as soon as somebody fucks with him, he might fuck them up.
Fair point.
Yeah. Are you guys going to be anywhere near their discussion or
I would for science.
So Skywell?
Unless I'm needed elsewhere, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just like, I consider me out of the conversation for now, because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, so I don't have a place.
It's pretty much a party split that's going on, so you basically have one group with the ceremony, and then the scout team.
Do you want to hang out with the scout team?
Well, I don't want to leave you guys hanging.
No, I'm talking to Greg.
I don't know. What's the scout team doing?
The scout team is literally just gaining information so we can do our mission next session. Or this session.
Yep.
Stay with the group.
I'll be with ceremony.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get us more information. It doesn't have to be its own thing.
Okay. So yeah, you have this guy who had this taller person, who is basically offering his hand this smaller fellow. Your village has bested us in the trial of absorption. Thus, as I believe has been explained to you, we are now at your service as one people in whatever capacity you would want that to be. The owner looks a little overwhelmed. Yes. That's very good to hear. How many people are we talking about? They'll they'll take the offered hand. Uh,
Yeah.
reply. Um, around 1,274. The elder will stagger a moment, having to grab a nearby nearby object to tell himself. Okay, Sky, so you're scratching your data pad? Gotcha.
No, it has like a rubber tip, so on the end.
That's not how that works. You need something electric there, unless it's an electrical scalpel.
No, I'm pretty sure I have one of those.
Yeah, it's meant for the droid surgery. Okay, 1,000 you say? Yes, yes. I'm sure we can find a way to accommodate. Is there any further ceremony that we will need to officiate the situation? Like Crusher looking a little confused, like no.
Sure there is. We should all come together in a celebration.
Young lady, how much do you happen to have a food drive handy?
No, but I have access to drugs.
That's not the same thing. Because, in fact, that often leads to munchies, from what I remember.
That is very true. But no, but I'm sure we can raid a food pantry or something.
I think we're going to need more than one food pantry for all that.
Oh, yeah, because they have like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all, yeah.
I bet this wasn't Star Trek. We can totally make food.
The only thing free here is the milk.
Just saying,
Good
why not
thing
just
I don't
ban a
drink
festival?
Oh well, party aside, it sounds like, Crush, that we have much we need to discuss. Uh, Come along, dear, he says to Gen. Gen is getting a little tired of her role.
Does Gin look like she wants to be bailed out?
Yeah, but she really can't.
Yeah. I was just asking if she looked like it. Not that I was going to do it. I will give her a thumbs up. You're doing a good job. Oh, it was so hot.
Come on, we aren't even there.
Like, I feel like they turned the heat up.
You have the fans on?
Yes, and the windows open.
Do you need a third fan?
I've been thinking about it really hard. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Get a ceiling fan?
The ceiling fan's on.
Get another ceiling fan.
I might.
Get an AC that can fit one of your tiny windows.
I feel so sad. It didn't fit.
Sorry, anyway. So yeah, because pretty much the trial was also like the ceremony. At least in terms of like this part.
Now, are we rushing? Like, we're taking our time to meet up with Dimitri and them, correct?
Yeah.
Is there any way I could tag along in on these talks?
Well, it's going to be held in one of the buildings, and sure, you can get inside if you really wanted to.
All right, that's all I wanted to know. I'm gonna be a silent observer. I may put my 2 cents every now and then, but you know, nothing that weighs water. So.
I never heard
Yeah,
that
except
expression.
when they stab you in the back. What? Nothing?
This old man is probably like the old guy from Naruto. Don't fucks with him. Or the old guy from Seven Deadly Sins. Don't fucks with him either.
Which one?
Oh, Pride. He was my favorite. He looked so dorky, and then all of a sudden he just hawked out. And I'm like, he's so awesome. He's still dorky, but he's so awesome.
This is the old guy.
Yeah, that old guy looked like he got some muscles on him. He doesn't have a neck. And my saying is, if a guy got no neck, you don't mess with him because he will fuck you up. I've learned that from all the action films.
Okay. Do you want to actually listen in? Like, do you want me to actually play out the talk?
No, you don't have to play out.
Okay.
Just synopsis.
Yeah. Guys, just gonna listen in. I mean, there's nothing else to do. We're not pressed to go back.
Yeah. Sorry,
Right now,
I believe you have you guys just sitting here, and I don't like that.
No, I mean, so it's okay.
Sometimes we can't be part of the action, man.
Yeah.
Shit needs to happen.
Rory, is there anything you want to do in the village while the more boring part of the talks are going on?
Yes, actually, I want to see those drones.
Oh, okay.
That they apparently have.
Yeah, they look like frisbees. Actually, they're like slightly. It's like, think of a frisbee. It's except with a layer of rubberization on it. There are different models. One is pretty much just a camera that you can throw and links back to a goggle or a headset if you have your own thing going on. And it you throw it, it basically takes in a recording as it spins, and it projects back a view of the area that you threw it in. The other version has a booster feature on it for range. A third version is pretty much like version 2, except it can actually hover in place and keep a more constant recording, like a temporary sentinel, basically.
So much variety.
And there's also
there's so much variety. There's so much tech we can get.
There's also some sub variants that have thermal optics, night vision, things like that. None of them are armed.
Not yet. But no, they, by the sound of it, they sound too small to have weapons anyway, so...
You can put a pistol on them.
True. But yeah...
Now they're too small.
Essentially,
yeah, that would make throwing them awkward.
Whoever is the person who makes this, or if there's like a tech person... Yeah, Rory's grilling them for details of like how... like, is there, just talking shop with them essentially. That's it.
Okay.
Of course it wouldn't do that. Oh well. Because I was called away, I couldn't say anything before. But doesn't matter yet, guys. Don't worry about it. Keep doing your thing. Although I would say, for now, they're too small.
That's what she said.
I mean, who says we can't upsize them and put blaster rifles on them?
It gets bigger. That's what he said.
Taking notes on a data pad with a scalpel. Are you trying to break your data pad?
I have more.
This doesn't
I
answer
feel
the
like-
question.
In my head, Sky has a data pad for every member of the group. In my head, anyway.
Okay. So you're grilling the person for tech.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? Roll me d6.
4.
4? Okay, cool. Okay, it'll be a decent conversation.
Cool. That's it. I have no other plans. Just essentially get the idea of how to make them ourselves, and hypothetically come up with our own suggestions. Yes.
If you want, you can buy a couple models off them, so you can reverse engineer it.
How much does he want for one unit?
What model are you wanting?
One of each.
Uh, 1,637.
What,
That 37
what
just
was
throw it
it?
on there to fuck with you.
What was the one? How much the one?
1,637 for one of each.
Cool.
Because you're talking shop with them, there's no it's wholesale.
Cool. Yeah, I hand it over. No questions asked.
Okay. You now have a stack of the various models.
Is a week enough time for the parrot droids to get in?
So you can do parrot droids. That's specifically.
That's the mini pro droids and the skill chips I ordered to go with them. It has been in the past, but
Are you checking back in with the Sim?
during the week, yes.
Oh, you mean prior to this?
We were giving Dimitri a week to do his scouting.
Traveling and
Oh,
scouting.
Okay.
Because we were estimating it was going to take him at least that long to get out there. Even by speeder.
Even airspeeder would take that long.
Well, I mean, if it was 2 weeks mostly on foot, you might be able to do it in a few days.
But even then, a few days is half a week.
Yeah.
So giving me a week's time is more than appropriate for me to do it and then start heading back to you guys.
Well, we were just going to meet you there, remember?
That's right.
Okay.
I'm being distracted because I had to go do things for family.
In that case, a couple days later. I can do this with you then if you're going to be checking in. Oh my god, no. They really need a better organizational system for me dragging the player within places.
Oh, we're shifting through the maps. In a world of pure imagination.
Yes, your droids would have come in and you would have noticed a few differences.
You got Gar! Or Gur.
Yay! I got a car!
And we'll have some upgrades for the Tachikomas when we get there.
Oh god.
Ding, ding, ding,
We have first order AT-ATs.
Those are worse than AT-ATs. Those
They're
are
worse?
those are the new models that make the AT-ATs look small.
And they're worse than AT-ATs.
Yep. They're saber-tooth AT-ATs.
But they're worse than AT-ATs.
Not really.
Wait, when did those get in the area?
We've been gone for a while.
Not
Yeah,
that
I did.
long.
Actually, Rory would have had to go into work at times.
I was about to say, we all would have had to go back into work.
Oh, yeah. I have to pretend to be human for my little Admiral guide, whatever.
And I have to listen in on the mining facility to see if there's more dissension and other stuff. And
wait.
also mining.
I know why there's all this stuff now. Remember what we did before we left?
Oh, yeah.
Between blowing up a field depot and assaulting the governor's mansion. I think this would be an appropriate response.
Since you're,
Someone-
since you're pretending to be all human-y, and you do have your contact, you
Yeah.
will find out, Sky, that in the time you've been gone, the Kanata expansion has been completed, and the heavy walker factories are online.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we kind of dropped the ball on that one. I know what we're doing next after we liberate that that city. It's like, yeah, we freed your city. Can we borrow a few of your dudes to
Go raid a... Come here.
Are we raiding?
We have a target for after we save the Sotal city, or what's left of the Sotal.
Yeah, but what are we raiding? What do we forget?
We forgot to do something about the heavy walker factories.
I didn't even know there was heavy walker factories to begin with. I just knew they were doing some inspection of some base somewhere else.
There's an inspection of the base. I've occasionally mentioned this, and it's in the Kanata data file, that there has been development going on in Kanata.
And Kanata is...
The city?
No, Kanata is the neighboring industrial city.
Yeah.
Oh, the other place we haven't gone to yet.
No. No. I was talking to my mom. If you wanted to know what she did, then you call her.
Rory.
Yep.
Well, you're working in the mines and such.
Okay.
Having doing a little bit more of the of the dirty work. You would have caught wind of some rumors of essentially advanced, like exploratory diggers in the mine. Though you haven't actually seen them. It's just a few people have said that they've seen like movement in some of the mining shafts where they know that no one really should be. But that aside, something more concrete. The overseers have announced that there's going to be a great thing for you guys. Soon there will be a more open area for you to work, as there is planned shortly for a new vein to be made mineable. So congratulations! No more dreariness in the work. You will have sunlight. You will have increased rations. You will have more work.
If I heard this right, they're basically blowing a hole in the mine to allow landers to land directly in the mine shaft?
No, I think we're
Well,
being. No, it's a new vein has been found, and it's in a more open area. So,
if you would like, well, actually, no, let me phrase it this way. How would Rory take the information? What do you want to find out more about it? What do you want to keep a low profile and just kind of work as per normal?
well, Vorzin is hypothetically, as I said, one of the more trusted people. As said, overseers go to him to kind of calm things down, and
Yeah.
he gets jobs done well enough.
Yeah.
So it's like, Rory is basically going to be talking like, okay, like basically talking logistics of it. Like, all right, are we gonna have to do anything specific? Do we need more equipment? Like, what am I dealing with?
Okay. In that case, and because you're a bit more trusted, can you make me a persuasion roll so I can have an idea of how much extra information you're going to be getting?
Okay. Okay. That's one. Okay. It's meh. Okay. That's gonna be.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay.
David, I have a question.
Yep.
If he tells me that the new Walker plant is up and running, if I ask him if I can have a tour, will he let me tour? Will he take me on a tour? Yeah, well, she probably went back out with him, sweetheart. Ah, I found the haircut I was looking for. Come here.
What name do you go by with him?
Shit. I can't remember.
Oh, my dear dancer, no, that's another city. I don't have jurisdiction over there.
Okay, I just thought you had all the power in the world. You could take me on a tour, but I guess not. That's fine.
Oh, snap.
Just thought you liked showing off your fancy new digs and stuff, but you know, that's alright. Maybe I'll find me someone else who can take me. Hal the First Order. Yeah, don't just use it. Alright, that's all.
Well, Rory, as you're talking with this, yeah, this has been a long time coming. Have you heard of a mole miner?
Here's already in
Maybe. I'm gonna with how that is in mining. I'm gonna say Rory's relatively familiar. Yeah. Yeah, somewhat. I haven't exactly worked. Yeah, I was like.
Can you make me a technical roll just to see how much everybody actually knows?
Yeah. Mining equipment. Okay.
Okay.
What's it out?
As you're responding, Ryan sort of mentioning that you have some familiarity. There's a link for you. You are in fact familiar with these due to there being mining devices. They are immense plasma drills that are meant to bore rather deep into the ground.
Like, how deep?
Mm,
Are we talking a mile or?
we are talking. Um, yeah, we are talking like potentially a mile in terms of um how far they're wanting to actually go.
Yeah, Rory hears that, like, his eyes go wide, like, wh why are we digging that deep? Is it that far down?
Well, um, I don't think we'll be quite needing the entire mile. But uh, well, I heard that the uh, governor's being pressured uh, for a bit more specialized resources uh, for the for the system development that's been going on.
Mm.
Though
Great,
in
he's
terms of
going to do
what
it.
in terms of what's being drilled to, I hear it's not your run of the mill.
I imagine we're still doing ore mining though, right?
Uh, he'll he'll shrug. I didn't ask.
Fair
I
enough.
just keep everyone in line.
Yeah, just this is sounding like a rush job, and that's not a good time for anybody. Right.
Well, look at it this way: the quicker you get the job done, the quicker you'll have time to not be put on these overshifts.
Yeah, well, quick time also means cutting corners, and cut corners means cave-ins.
Oh, this thing's large. I'm sure we're gonna move you out to drill and move you back in. No one will get hurt.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Dimitri.
Si, senor.
Okay. Couple days in, you have narrowly dodged a patrol. Well, a number of days in, you've nearly dodged. Yeah, sorry, you were nearly spotted by a patrol, but you were able to dodge it. This patrol was a trio of speeders and a light repulsor tank, at least indicating you're getting closer to your. Uh, yeah, to where you're wanting to head.
Cool, cool.
Can I get one more stealth roll for you, as your driving rolls are pretty good? Well, when I say pretty good, I mean rather good. You are making good time. It's just a matter of being spotted.
You said a stealth roll again?
Yep. Oh, and are you going above the tree line or below the tree line?
A combination of both.
Okay.
Doop, 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 doop. Yeah. Give me that. 6, 12, 18 plus 3 plus 21. Deep still is a 31. I will now type that out.
These rolls though. Okay. And a final one. You find that you're having to dodge some strike patrols whenever you go above the tree line, as clearly forces are getting more numerous the closer you get.
Cool, cool. I'd like to not have to test out these Banshees' combat abilities.
Hey man, the Banshees are fucking awesome in the hands of a trained pilot.
Okay.
You know what? It has a 4D maneuverability bonus. I am at 60. I think I'm okay.
One final stealth roll. You, at this point, have been able to determine there is at least, from what you've noted, a squadron of strikes and 30 scouts and 20 light repulsor tanks from what you've seen so far. You do have a landscape decision to make at this point.
By the way, I cast it maximize apparently on my dice.
There is a more open area you can go into, or a forested area. There is a limit to this forested area, though, as it will eventually meet a chasm.
I would be doing ground-based. I'd stay low and relatively hidden as possible until I would have to go out into the open, as
Okay.
we're so close. So let's see, 12, 24, 48, plus 3. So 51?
Holy crap.
I told you, I cast it maximizing my dice apparently.
Okay. Okay, with your search roll earlier, you... Where was the one thing? Okay. You would have noticed a few defenses to the trees, though it'll take a little bit to actually kind of determine what those defenses are.
I do want to clarify. You asked for a stealth roll, correct?
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure of that.
Yes, you made all of the stuff.
For some reason, a part of me thought you almost said not search, but you. For some reason, I thought you said search when you started describing that. But I wouldn't have cared. I would have been okay with whatever role I had. But it's just something I noticed.
Okay. One moment. Oh. Damn it, this one won't actually go with me. Oh shit, it will. Oh. Ah!
What is that blue box?
Ah, yes. One moment, and I can throw some images into the chat. Here is going to be a general image of the city. Oh, damn it.
Why do I feel like I've seen that blue orb somewhere?
By the way, clearly this is representative.
Get it.
Representative of vast information.
I see scouts!
Oh my god, you're right. I looked at it again. There are scouts.
No headshots!
Huh?
They have scout troopers. We've been trying to get their helmets for ages because they have buffs for piloting.
Duly noted.
So no headshots.
I actually really like
Boom,
the helmets
headshot?
too. No.
All I heard was boom, hit, shot.
Torso
That's
shots only.
Am I not allowed to boom headshot people?
Headshots and all the new toys get returned to Amazon.
No, not my girl.
I guess you found the perfect way to make Sierra listen.
That includes the Tachikoma upgrades.
No. Well, hold on, time out. Wait. I'm not so much upset about that one.
I think that was more aimed at Eric, since they can now out-track him and can dodge.
That kind of makes me want to headshot them so we don't get those upgrades.
Oh, you don't want to be replaced by the machine?
Or, you could just invest experience.
I have been, thank you.
That's why they've only got 9D in tracking now. It's not like you can't outpace them.
I mean, I only have 8D plus 1 right now.
Oh, poor baby. While my ass is sitting over here with Perception 3D.
Hey, don't feel bad. My perception is 3D, I think.
Most of us are Perception 3D.
It crashed again.
There we go. Okay, here we go.
Oh, that's very pretty.
It is.
Except now it's embattled, so... but this is the...
Ooh, Star Vipers.
I'm sorry?
Star Vipers.
Was this
Or
image?
think
This
something
image
like
looks
it.
familiar. Like I've seen it before. Is this from a game?
It might be.
Oh, it looks
Point
familiar.
is, those look like Star Viper squadrons.
Yeah, they
Starfighter.
do.
Decent ship. Decent.
And over off in the chat is the answer to your orb question.
Shield bubble.
It is a structure,
Well then.
a small structure rather, it's not as large as what's depicted in the image, but it's
Okay.
surrounded by a intense field of energy. The repulsor tanks and walkers are shooting at it from range, and it appears to just still be up and running.
Oh, so it's not even a block-by-block fighting. But what's the blue square? Is that a bridge?
That is an energy bridge,
Okay.
crossing a chasm, a channel, a chasm in the ground. Fissure.
Cool.
Fissure in the ground. Okay. As you can tell from the map itself, there's farmland right over here. This, as I just mentioned, is a chasm. You can't tell what it folds to. This is a energy bridge.
Can I see what's
over
making
here?
the bridge?
What?
Can I see what's making the bridge?
What's making the bridge? It appears to be built in to the rock face. You can see an emitter on the far side, not the one on the nearer side, just because of your vantage point.
All right.
Over here is a drop off and a rock face. On top of this rock face are, from what you can tell from your search earlier, are camouflaged defense towers, though they appear to be unmanned.
That's what the green dotted towers are?
Yeah. This over here is an anti-personnel turret. You also see a number of these.
Are they anti-air? Or are they,
They are anti-vehicle weapons.
So things pointed at the ground, not things pointed at the air.
They look cute.
And look, they are able to also be able to attack air targets.
Oh. How many of them are there? 2?
Those are representing clusters, so you're looking at a dozen.
Well then.
You also, considering you do have time to wait.
So whatever it is, it's still not letting him in.
Yeah.
That's good.
What are you able to see? There's some of these coming in, making a run at the shield. The shield is still just saying no. There are clear signs of fighting inside the city itself. The enemy forces appear to be. They actually roll me tactics is one of determined. So
What is that? Knowledge?
Knowledge.
Perception?
It's under knowledge.
I hope someone else besides the dog can roll tactics as well that's in the scout group, because... Okay. Okay. Oh. 17?
17. It looks like the city is a secondary concern with how their troops are only slowly moving in.
Where are they trying to go to then as their primary concern?
It looks like they're being focused on bringing the shield down, and you have macro binoculars, right?
Yes.
Um, it looks like from the patterns that they're moving in that the groups inside the city are searching for something.
Huh. Interesting.
Can I get a hide or a stealth roll to maintain your secrecy as the hours pass?
Oh my god, I'm going to do hide because I have bonuses for hiding. And my armor gives me bonuses for hiding. So let me double check my hide. My hide is amazing. And then my armor gives me plus 1d. Doop, 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 doop. 10, 20, 30, 42.
42? Okay.
And apparently I also can't type one-handed while I'm trying to fix this fucking phone.
Oh,
I'll spend... Is it worth the character point? That is the question.
do you want to get more intelligence, or do you want to maybe be discovered?
That's why I'm trying to think on this. Uh, spend that character point. Well, it goes up by 6, and then 4, number 10.
Okay. Good, good.
Who's trying to find me now? Freaking 11d6.
Um, you were seeing that there are still general patrols going on, along with a sound very very reminiscent of a TIE fighter. Clearly, something along the TIE series.
Oh, that's ugly.
What is that actually?
That's
Oh, shit.
That's a scimitar assault bomber, I think.
Yep, there's
Yeah, that's a scimitar.
there's 6 of them. Going for a run at the shield as it's crossing over the chasm. You see a bright flash of light from this building over here as a trio of streaks fly across, taking out two of the assault bombers. To break off, while the remaining 2 goes for a run at the shield. The 2 that broke off head towards where the flashes of light came from, and there'll be a returning flash on the side of the building as a volley of lasers and concussion missiles slam into the side of the building, fragmenting it, causing the top corner where the uh, sides meet at the roof to crumble downward. You will also notice some of the artillery shift to begin bombardment of the area.
There's a full-on siege.
They've told us that.
Yeah, I know, but like, wow.
There are, since you have spent some time, there are some, some groups of troops heading in. These groups are two groups of 3 stormtroopers with commanders with commanders at the lead. You were also noticing here heavy repulsor tanks versus the light ones that you notice on the exterior patrol. The farms, by the way, are a combination of waist-high grass and fruit-bearing trees. These have not been burned down or anything, though they do look abandoned, save for droids that appear to be going through automatic tending. Here. Are you going to continue to stay to gather some more information?
After the bombing strike from the 4 of what was remaining of the scimitars that didn't get shot down or diverted, was there any like noticeable damage to the
To the shield?
Yeah.
No, the shield seems remarkably stable. There's many buildings in your way, so you're not sure if it's reaching the surface or more like an umbrella.
Hmm.
I apologize. I didn't give a real proper description of the area.
Hmm.
I give a brief summary of the area, but I mentioned the cliff face over here, the fissures,
Yes.
and the farms. Before the forest, I say forest. It's jungle like the rest of the rest of Genti's primary geography or environs anyway. Um, the rest of this area is grass that has been tended to. Though now, obviously, it's been trampled a bit by battle between blast marks and walkers and soldiers moving around. On the far distance, on the other side of Soyal, is a excuse me, part of the nearby mountain range that is encroaching on the territory itself. Looks fairly treacherous to actually, climb or surmount without use of out-and-out air vehicles. Though there is a large cascading waterfall coming from the top part of the mountain, and you'll notice that there's actually a few other spots where water is falling, creating a layered waterfall effect The air is largely shrouded in water, particulates, vapors, like that from the crashing of the fall itself, uh, creating a rather sizable pool of water that you surmise, like in the valley, has underground currents going on, as it hasn't flooded the city for any reason. The water, by the way, even looking through the blaster gas that permeates the air, and just kind of editing that out from your figures, it's rather clean water. You would not be surprised if it were um, drinkable with little to no um, effort. Like boiling and stuff. So it's rather pristine. This entire area looks like it was formerly rather pristine.
All right.
Oh, I can see off the bat it's going to take way more than just, the 5 of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good, but that's a lot of vehicle to get through.
It is. Although we can prevent a good portion of the vehicles by destroying the bridge.
That doesn't stop their range capacity from being a threat.
It does not.
Also to confirm, are you staying put to see if you see anything new happen, or changing position, anything like that?
At this point, we got as much as I think would be possible. Though part of me would want to try to shoot down one of the bombers. I also know that's probably not the best idea.
Very probably a good idea not to.
Also, we're using revised, so you might have a chance. I would say if we were using the original rules, yeah, not going to happen. Because your die would be capped at 1.
Also, scimitar. Also, scimitars. That's very interesting.
I'm sorry, what's interesting?
The scimitars.
Yeah, scimitars. The only reason I know about that is because of a Edge of Empire mod I'm playing, where basically they go into expanded universe. I'm like, holy shit, scimitars.
Yeah, I've been wanting to use the scimitar assault bombers for a while, but in my other game, the Remnant isn't at war with anyone that would require these guys. So,
well, I mean, they're at war with the Vong, but the Remnant is also nowhere near where we are, so even if they are using the scimitars, we wouldn't see them.
Yeah. Before you pull out, can you make me a final search roll?
I'm guessing that structure next to the energy bubble is probably their main command code.
I was actually going to ask about that building, but I believe you described it, and I kind of only partially heard it.
Oh, the large noticeable building to the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like, for you to make me a knowledge roll. I don't think you have cultures, but if you have cultures, you can,
No, I don't.
or alien or planetary systems.
6 plus 6 plus 1. That's going to be a 5 plus 3 plus 6. That's going to be what? 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 6, 14? And let's see. 2. I did not want to be a part of this.
You're like, but why though?
No, something else happened. I dropped dice, and now I'm trying to find the dice. pain in the ass. Like I said, 14 on that knowledge roll.
It looks like a combination of a it looks like a combination of a no, actually no, this is a good way to phrase it. It looks like a fortified military academy.
Is it a first order
They
origin?
just dropped the whole damn academy right there in the middle of the field.
No, it's Sertal, not Imperial.
Oh.
You see signs that there were shield generators in place, but the emitters have probably been destroyed by now. You're seeing sparks on the walls and stuff like that. You're not seeing any signs of major breaches, though.
12, 24, 36. Plus 5. What's it at? 41 plus 6. 47 is my search roll, by the way.
Holy crap.
The touch combos might be better, but at least I can still make rolls.
Well, at the moment, they're not better yet. And even then, they're only better by 2 pips, which brought them up to an even 9.
Ah.
Okay.
Goddamn droids in the way that they can just upgrade like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well, they are useful, so I can't complain. It just makes me feel sad.
And like I said, again, in 2 missions, you'll be just as good. Well, not just as good, because, they have sensors that you don't have, but...
Sure, they could do it at a better range than me.
Well, that, and they can scan for things that you can't find with your eyeballs.
Yeah, I know. I'm like the Native American scout that you bring along.
You see this. You see one of those.
The fuck is that thing?
Oh, shit.
That's a Mark I Dark Trooper, isn't it?
Well, shit.
You see one of them amongst the troop movements that are going around. It is moving at a distinctly different pace from the rest of the forces, as if it has its own set of directives.
Holy shit, that's phase 1.
It eventually gets lost in the crowd of troops going across the bridge.
Oh shit. Oh no. Tris, they have access to the Dark Trooper program. Oh no.
Those bastards and their Legends uses.
Bastards!
One could say they have a legendary action.
No!
Kyle Katarn blew up those plans, you shit!
Kyle Katarn doesn't exist in this universe! We got the much lamer Rogue One.
Shit!
That took 35 guys to do what one guy did, and they all died.
And also, didn't he do it in like half an hour?
He did it in half an hour, casually walked into the base and walked out, and, lived. And did not need a Darth Vader Jason walk. Technically, he can do it in less, because it's entirely dependent on how fast you can do the first level of Dark Forces 1.
So... that's a thing. Is it worth being crazy enough to bomb where it's at?
It's in the middle of going across the energy bridge. If you want to shoot at it, which would place it at about here, you can shoot at it if you'd like. I mean, there's from your vantage point or your position, there's all kinds of troops and stuff in the way, so you have to do something that like lobs. But
And that's assuming it's got the range, since that's 4.5 kilometers.
Let's see what it has. Let's see what it has. 2 laser cannons, and that's it.
I seriously doubt the laser cannons or the grenade launcher have that kind of range.
It doesn't have a grenade launcher. It literally just has.
The Tachikoma has a compressed air grenade launcher.
No, we use the Banshees.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
the Banshees, yeah, they just got the laser cannon.
I mean, it would be worth it. But at the same time, I don't know what those are yet. These is a character.
Yeah, phase 1.
And I will be
Backkeepers.
shot at by a lot of things.
With your shitty dodge.
I don't have a shitty dodge. I have
Against
I'd
that
have
many,
60.
against that many targets where they can coordinate their fire?
Oof. Yeah, that's a bad time, buddy.
I mean, it's 60.
Yeah, they get to compound dice based on the number of them there are.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
I can't answer that. I'm not there.
Like, part of me wants to. Part of me really wants to, but I'm not crazy enough for that.
Upside, it's only the Mark 1, which means all I can do is walk up and start stabbing the force field repeatedly. Okay, Mark 1 was scary looking, but if you think about it for a minute, all it's got is a vibro shank.
Yeah, like,
That's right.
well, if you're a single person, it's scary as shit.
Yeah, but all the defenders are safely behind the force field in theory.
And I thought they all left.
Just to clarify, there is clearly fighting still going on in the city.
Yeah.
I thought all this all left.
No, there's some of them left.
Yeah, only 1,000 and change of them left.
Only 1,000. Only
Well,
1,000.
out of an entire city, that's...
Yeah.
That's a sizable portion of it,
Yeah.
depending on how large the city is.
So yeah, you can really tell that there's fighting going on. There's exchanges of blaster fire. As you saw, some of them have portable launchers for at least limited anti-air defense. So there's still a good chunk of people outside the field. The field is, again, energetic enough that you can't entirely tell what's inside. You can definitely see, the general silhouette of a structure.
Yeah, that's what I wouldn't give for a flight of starfighters right now. Using some shitty-ass Z95s would be useful here.
Yeah, it... Nope. GM's not going to make a comment.
GM, make a comment.
Nope.
Make a goddamn comment.
What's Dimitri doing? Does he want to stay a bit longer?
We have a wheelbarrow. There'd be something.
Like, give me something.
I mean, don't get me wrong. One X-wing can do a lot of damage there, but
But that's a lot of stuff.
it'd be nice to have some other guys to do damage at the same time, so we're not getting concentrated fire.
Yeah. Yeah, because that is scimitars, it's ATTE, those are AT-ATs, anti-vehicle turrets,
That one little ATPT that's trying to hide because it's embarrassed.
It's so tiny. It's like the only urban mech in here.
what is it, those are TIE Strikers? Or, is that what those are?
Yeah, the TIE Strikers.
Strikers.
The airspeeder TIE that was introduced in Rogue One.
Specifically, these are the Mark IIs. By the way, don't bother looking those up, because I made them up.
I was about to say, there was a Mark II of that?
Nope, but it's been like 30 years, so there's going to be there's going to be upgrades.
Though what I don't see, ironically, is the Imperial version of the gunship.
That's right.
That new Lardy they invented for Rebels.
I think it's totally a fucking Lardy, too.
Though I suppose the Striker fills a very similar role. And doesn't have to worry about people falling out of it.
Oh yeah.
Outside, all they have is bombers, so they have nothing to cover the bombers.
But by the way, this is you did roll a 52, right? Initially.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you would have noticed this being smart enough to look on the opposite side of the farm.
What is
Landing
that?
craft!
That sounds like a very appropriate target for an X-wing with proton torpedoes.
It's a Sinar JMS Army System Atmospheric Assault Lander.
Which has probably already landed its troops.
Yeah.
So
That's probably what we're looking at.
Yeah, so hitting with an X-wing really doesn't do any good. Oh no, you blew up our exit. Okay, everything here can carry us out of here, so...
True.
Because every one of those vehicles, except for the poor PT, can carry troopers. If anything, having that lander there is incredibly redundant. Somebody wanted their own room.
That's a good point, actually.
It's like, we could carry troopers in the AT-AT, but you know what? That's like work.
We could have walked halfway across the planet in troopers and speeders. Or we have this very nice landing craft just sitting around. Why don't we use the landing craft? That's exactly what I'm hearing.
Okay. Dimitri, final thoughts for an action.
Like I said, I was going to start leaving, head back to the rendezvous point.
Okay. A stealth roll for extraction, please.
Because I am so glad I have this recorded.
Looks like we get to bring the command shuttle out of retirement.
Oh, that's right. You just stripped it of specific things.
Yeah, it's like we were in the process of turning it into a command bunker, i.e. taking out all the drive parts and just leaving the command center part and basically tying that into the base.
It's been a couple of weeks, so
But
we probably had parts strewn around.
But we've been busy. We haven't had time to work on it.
We've had, like, at least a straight week.
Yeah, but a lot of the stuff we've been saying what we've been doing for those weeks, like, you know, doing the upgrades to the mechs and all that. I mean, yeah, there's parts strewn. Yeah, there are parts strewn about. I agree. I'm just saying, I don't think we've stripped it to the point where it can't fly yet.
I mean, it probably. Yeah, you're right. It can still fly. It's not going to be as good as it used to be. Unless you want to put stuff back on, but.
Well, in this case, I was just thinking of it as a pure people mover.
So that's going to be
Because I remember one point the
24,
joke was we were just going to put it on wheels and actually have it be like a mobile command center.
That was something we did mention at one point. I rolled a stealth of 46.
We were going to turn it into a ghetto-ass juggernaut.
46. Excellent.
46.
Oh! No, you're good. Okay.
But between that and the Raider, we can move a shit ton of Soitol back here to help us fight. I'm just not sure what to do when we get here.
I mean, that's a lot of walkers.
Well, we have...
And tanks.
Yeah.
Heavy tanks at that.
But, you know, we have the two smugglers. We have me and my X-Wing. And I would not be surprised if the Soitol had at least a couple pilots.
With how advanced their fucking city is, yeah. Yeah.
So, if we have the X-Wing focus on the walkers and the bombers, if any of them are good at repulsor lifts, then, you know, they can work on the airspeeders and the tanks.
And hypothetically, we have enough stormtrooper armor that we can disguise a few people, and Rory can run some demolitions on at least setting up some charges on some places. And
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, though. It's like, what here is actually worth demolitioning? Because I don't see anything like a command center or anything.
Well,
if
if
anything, their
anything,
command center would be the landing shuttle itself at this point.
No, that
Hypothetically.
landing shuttle is like those boats that they use at Normandy for World War II. It literally just moves people. There's nothing else in there.
No, what I'm saying, the reason why it could still be here is because of that right there. They turned it into their command shuttle because
Unless they've heavily modified it, there's nothing in there to be a command shuttle with. It is
yeah, well,
literally
we
a
don't know the
cargo bay and
spec.
engines.
We don't know the specs of it, so who knows? It could be, might not.
I think
Thing
again, unless
is-
they've heavily modified it.
no.
Well, either way,
What I'm trying to say is like the mobile command center, like they would set up like tents and things like that. Instead of sending it outside in the open, they just left it in the. They like set it up in the shuttle.
Well, that's the thing with in Star Wars, especially with the Empire. That's not how they do it. There would normally be like a prefab bunker or one
Yeah,
of the
this is
walkers
true.
would be a command center or something. They wouldn't. They don't
Yeah,
do
they
like
wouldn't-
the tents and stuff. They have dedicated command vehicles.
yeah, they do. That's fair. However, the turrets are definitely an option in
I thought the
demolition.
turrets were on the Sotal side.
The things with the green dots over there
Yeah.
are abandoned and hidden.
Okay, so yeah.
However, there are anti-vehicle turrets and anti-personnel turrets on the Imperial side.
Okay, so there are a couple light turrets.
There's
on the
two
Imperial side.
clusters of anti-vehicle turrets.
Yeah,
And then there's those
Spread.
3 turrets on the side that are technically allied but not in use right now.
and honestly, it's more of also a distraction. It's an initial distraction, chaos to help. Like if we continue with the airstrike plan, it will help not get shot at initially because they'll all still be reeling of what the shit.
I suppose the Old Republic Walker could be the command vehicle since it is the only unique one out here.
Not
And
only
that was
that,
one of its main functions.
that's true. Another thing though is if we destroy the energy bridge, we prevent troop reinforcement to the infantry.
Not
Pixel
necessarily. They've got enough hovercraft there they could come across. And it looks like they could possibly hike around.
Now,
And that does not prevent the Army Corps of Engineer type bridges.
now I will make a comment there. Remember that that repulsor things do generally have a ceiling, and this is a fissure of which he doesn't know how deep it goes.
Well, I'm not disputing this. I'm just saying, in theory, they could attempt to jump it, or they could use the air speeders like the TIE Strikers to the land troops on the other side. Because the TIE Strikers can carry troopers.
Not according to the stats.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of their botched continuity because you had 2 vehicles that looked identical, and one of them, because you had the thing that Krennic and the Death Troopers came out of that looked exactly like the TIE Striker.
That
Right.
certainly is their version of the TIE shuttle that looks like a TIE bomber. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just double checking the stats.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you know what vehicle I'm talking about. It looked identical to the fucking Striker.
Yeah, it looked like they just scaled the thing up.
I mean, it doesn't stop them from standing on it, but yeah.
The 1H repulsor tank, I'm trying to think of what those.
Oh, the H repulsor tank, that stands for heavy. It's a heavy repulsor tank.
No, I'm trying to think if I've seen it before. No, I have not.
Okay.
Oh, this looks like a little boat.
It does.
What little boat?
The tank looks like a little boat.
Yeah, I'm like, why do they have an aircraft carrier?
Yay, old D6 tanks.
As you are
You book.
as you are extracting yourself, you will hear the shriek of a tie overhead. It's sound rather piercing. The trees shaking from its proximity. Again, the glow from its engines is close enough that it actually momentarily illuminates the area around you.
Oh, that's new. They don't normally glow.
But the ion engines on the eye.
Yeah. I don't know those little black voids.
No, I see them as blue. But yeah,
Not a big deal. Just kind of like, I'm not used to them glowing.
you will see a trio of TIE fighters
I like how they took the time to put the copyright logo on the inside of the ion panel, just in case somebody tried to knock them off.
It's funny.
It's almost like somebody heard me and decided the bombers needed escort.
Yeah, it kind of does.
For what it's worth, it was going to be there even without that comment.
Oh, I'm not doubting you. I just found the timing kind of hilarious.
Okay. I will need 2 more shuttles. So you have to penetrate the patrols that you encountered at first. At least the difficulty is becoming slowly lower unless the dice explode.
Oh, I feel like I'm going to get spotted. My highest roll was a 2. Everything
With
else.
that attitude, you will.
No, I'm not joking. My power die rolled a 3. I rolled 3 runs in a 3. That's a total of 9?
9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to spend character points?
Or 5.
Sure, I have 5 character points left. Let's spend a character point and see what happens.
Okay.
6?
Hash is
6?
Is
6?
kind of a holy fuck.
6?
You keep this up too much, people are actually going to start requiring you to roll 20 so everyone can see it.
And last melee on a 2. So let's see, that's going to be 24 plus 2. So 26 plus 9.
26 plus
I'm
9.
pretty
35.
sure that's going to be not enough.
35.
They could still muck up.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Don't.
Your total was what again?
35.
35.
Okay.
Well, get some rest.
I only have
in
4
here.
character points now.
I've got 0.
As you guys are between perimeter patrols, Hash is shaking her helmeted head. At least there's still the fight going on, but I can't help but think that there's still more defenses around. Maybe they doesn't have enough manpower to use them.
Is that the GM
I'll
saying,
point out
hint,
the
hint,
rage.
I'd say it sounds like GM going hint, hint, search some more.
You can interpret that as you want.
I would point out to Hash that there's the defenses that are on this side of the map, and then there's on the far side. She means defenses for the city?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Sertal.
They're your people. I think you would have known of your own defenses.
I know of many things.
She has approximate knowledge of many things.
I like like for instance, I didn't see signs of any of the defensive mines being in use. And that's the kind of thing I mean. I wonder why they haven't been used yet, unless the first order somehow disabling them.
Well, let's reactivate him, shall we?
Are these mines like already pre-laid? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Roll for the outermost perimeter, otherwise known as the first perimeter you crossed when you came in.
Well, that's bad. It's really bad. I can't fix that. Yeah, I really can't fix that. I rolled a 1 and a 6.
You can fix that by throwing character points.
To an extent.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of it isn't that bad. I mean, it was 12 plus 10, so
26.
12 plus 10.
So
22.
Yeah, it's 22 after removing the other one. But it's still a 1 and a 6. This is the outermost patrol? Like, how far away are we at that point?
Enough that they beat you by 10.
That several. You're about.
Because initially we were like 5 kilometers away from the city.
This is to get to the outermost perimeter. It's a hour and a half of travel.
And a speeder.
Yeah.
Someone want to translate that?
Actually, using a speeder. So sorry, an hour out by speeder.
What is the speed of 500 kilometers an hour?
Keep in mind though, you're traveling through jungle.
So you're not traveling at full speed. Though the Banshees can fly over the jungle, so that does compromise your stealth, though.
We're more than... We're an hour's travel by speeder at that point already. We're more than 500 kilometers away. I wouldn't really give a shit about running into a First Order patrol and a bunch of little rinky-dink air speeders that, for all they know, aren't there to do anything to them and are just flying past.
Are you
and models they've never seen before.
Are you above the canopy or below the canopy?
Below the canopy. I would not really try to make it look like this is a combat air speeder so that they can't really see the speeder.
Okay.
You know what? I could totally try to lie and say these are just new speeders that I got bored and built from scrap and see if they worked.
Bright lights shine from inside your periphery as you hear the loud sounds of glass cannons. Several smaller comparative pinpricks of green blaster bolts fly past, pockmarking the trees, save for the cannon blast that has shattered a tree ahead and to your right, splintering it as if it was hit by an oddly directioned lightning strike with the trunk split. Large fragments exploded off of it, hitting other trees and scattering along the ground.
Is this a ground patrol or an air patrol?
It is a ground patrol, though your ears do detect the sound of something nearby in the air.
I guess it's time.
Looking over, I assume we're going to look to see what shot at you.
Yeah.
There are excuse me, uh, four speeder bikes.
That's what they get. There's four banshees.
uh, five, five stormtroopers, a heavy repulsor tank, and a light repulsor tank. In addition, if I can get a perception roll.
20.
20. It sounds like two air speeders are in the vicinity, heading in your general direction. Though it's not from the same direction as the patrol, so it's likely these are a unrelated craft, but still close by. It would be heading. It's forward to the left, heading towards, is the sound. Ash will look at you and the scout troops.
Well, they finally found us 500 kilometers away from their base, from the city.
Yes.
But 500 kilometers away, this seems a little, like we're running into something else now. 500 kilometers is pretty far.
Remember, it's an hour by speeder, but again, that's right. That was cruising speed.
Yeah, cruising speed would be that. But even then,
no, the kilometers per hour is all. I think is all out for them. But still, either way. Actually, we can't really send a communication in the sphere without being detected.
We have a bunch of speeder bikes shooting at air speeders. And, tank?
A pair of tanks, some ground speeders, and troops. And that's just so we can see.
I feel like we found another one of their secret little bases. We're not exactly near the city.
No, but these could be forces that are brought in that have been brought in after repair or recuperation. Either way, we need to get this intelligence back to Crash and your friends.
Very true.
She will flick a toggle on a rifle, and the two smaller cans of blaster gas will spin and lock in upward into the rifle itself.
Oh, is this a thing she was going to try to use on me and the other hunter?
Yeah.
Let's see. There's 4 speeder bikes, 2 tanks. I'm not too worried. Actually, I'm more worried about the tanks than the speeder bikes.
You don't have to worry about this at all. Hash will break off. Keep going.
In one of her banshees. I don't.
My
No heroics?
My precious banshee.
It's like, hey!
Those things are a bitch to replace.
I would tell the scout team to go back.
If you're gonna commit suicide, do it on the normal speeder bike.
I was happy that we did send them a Tacoma. I wasn't upset.
So, are you going to? So you're sending your team out, and you're going.
I will attempt to protect Hash from being completely reckless.
It's like, Hash, you are native, damn it!
Like, Hash, we
No
could literally
heroics.
outrun everything chasing us.
Hash.
She's being a bit of a dumbass. Ah!
Like, literally everything chasing us we can outrun, besides maybe the airspeeders. Actually, I think we could still outrun the airspeeders.
Well, no, remember? The Banshees are based off of speeder bikes.
I say the Banshee is a modified Imperial speeder bike. I haven't had a chance to actually upgrade their speed yet.
Okay,
Well,
so...
you can outrun the tanks.
And probably the other speeder bikes.
If you
But
can out,
careful piloting.
I'd say you can't outrun them, but you can outfly them if you had decent piloting. Yeah. But remember, they have the same maneuverability you do.
True.
Get out of there! Damage! You're mucking it up!
We only had 4 of these. I'm gonna put the scouts in their own before I put Hash in one. Oh, well.
Now apparently we have 3. Damn it, Hash!
I'm really debating if I want to prevent Hash from doing something suicidal.
The fact that we need every person, and yeah, those Banshees are kind of a bitch to replace.
That they are. Yep.
We also need everybody on good. And Hash is is essentially a so tall lieutenant, for lack of better phrasing. She is a named NPC.
See. 2 tanks, 4 speeders, and something in the air. Let's see. Laser cannons. Let's look at these things.
So you are in fact going to engage.
I would.
I'm just confirming. I need whether you are going to get to ensure the intelligence gets back versus relying on your scouts, or if you're helping Hash and allowing your scouts to continue on.
What is vehicle blasters under?
Dexterity.
I for one want to see where this is going.
That moment where you wish you'd actually bothered to take the time to load the wing hard points.
I didn't even know we could load the wing hard points.
Why would it have hard points if you couldn't load them?
I don't think it was looking at the stats.
I was like, the stats say it has hard points.
But I don't know what could go on the wing hard points. I just see wing hard points, and I'm just like, what does it do? What are they for?
They're like aircraft hard points, so in theory we could put missiles, bombs. We could probably rig up some kind of gun pod. Sensors.
I wish I knew these things. I didn't understand what that meant exactly. I figured they weren't finished yet.
Well, the stats are there. We just haven't actually designed anything to put on them yet.
Oh. So even if I wanted something to be put on there, there isn't anything to be put on it.
It's like Rory and I need to sit down and figure out what we want to put on there, because he's going to want to put boom, and I'm probably going to want something a little bit more utility, so we're going to have some options.
True.
Like, one of them will probably be those fucking first order repeaters, because we have so many of those, we're probably going to...
Just make a gun pod of them.
Yeah.
700 rounds per 30.
Yes,
30
I will attempt. I will yell at Hash. Stop being a dumbass. We can literally outrun the tanks.
And you can deal with the speed.
Split up their forces.
Okay.
But I would tell the scouts to keep going. And I would basically...
Okay.
Where are the tanks actually at? I want to make sure of this first.
Well, I mean, they're about, like, 30 away at this point. Well, 40 for you. Because you didn't break off at exactly the same time Passion. You're like, wait, what?
Let me rephrase this, alright? Front, behind, left, right, front, left, front, right.
To the left and aft. At this point.
You know what? They're fucking Banshees. They can go full speed in every direction. Banshees could do that. It's fucking stupid.
Well, I remind you that we're just calling them banshees. They don't actually have banshee stats.
That's right. That's right.
So are you
I have stats for banshees. He wouldn't let me use them
changing your
because
course of action?
somebody decided D6 Halo was a good idea.
D6 Halo is always a good idea.
I'm at least going to effectively let myself basically go backwards and just shoot the laser cannons at the. Wait, how much damage do laser cannons do?
Okay. Let me rephrase this. I need to know your course of action so I know how to end the scene. And thus end the session.
You're not playing out the combat this week.
That's a good point. Yes, I would effectively break off and turn to engage the speeder bikes.
Okay.
What kind of tanks are they, anyways?
They're
Bad guy tanks.
these.
Oh. Yeah. Hash, why are you doing this?
Perhaps because our rifles turn to assault mode?
I don't think assault mode makes up for tank.
Yeah,
So whatever's not too far away.
I took out a tank with a handgun. That was fun.
But anyway, as Dimitri veers off to pursue the fool known as Hash against the scene patrol that had engaged you. Buster bolts fly through the air as the disturbances in the trees reveals a number of strikers above the canopy. And that's where we're going to end it.
So I'm going to be back to 2 banshees, which means we're never going to use them because they're not going to be enough to move everybody.
Well, if each banshee can hold 2 people.
There's 5 of us!
That's true.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
You might be dying, but Dimitri will be joining you soon enough.
Like, why do you keep saying you're dying?
She is sick.
Okay.
Like, really sick.
I'm dying.
Then try to get some rest.
To be clear, Greg, she's not really done.
I am too. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know.
I know not what I speak.
I figured, but go off and get some rest, okay?
Yeah, I am. I'm about to pass out.
As for next week, I guess you guys will be getting a report in from a scout team that does not consist of Dimitri.
Or Hash.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What?
Eric,
What?
you set out a flag! You flagged yourself!
I'm out.
Earlier,
Bye.
you flagged yourself!
I'm going bye-bye.
What?
I'm confused.
He triggered a death flag.
He made a comment again earlier. You should have you flagged yourself.
I did.
Eric, what did you say?
Please don't tell me you said what's the worst that can happen.
No.
It was essentially, I'll be back.
I mean, I'll be back.
Mm.
I'll tell you this much. Now that I see these strikers, I'm just going to say, you know what? Okay, Hash.